Greetings. We're here in one of the best places in the whole West Coast, the Redwood forests of Northern California. We're here in the Ruth H. Lasky Grove, enjoying some of the sights of these magnificent giants just disappearing up into the canopy. And as you may or may not know, these trees grow hundreds of years old, some of them potentially thousands of years old. And they basically are called the never-dying redwood because, you may not know this, but all of the multiples here, like this sort of trinity tree here, you see here, those are the exact same tree. You may think, no, those are different trees. No, the redwoods actually have this amazing ability of cloning themselves. So all the little stuff you see coming up is actually going to be a genetic identical, if I can get the words out. There's an interesting little open area here. But this is a magnificent trinity tree, and you can sort of see this burl right here where everything's piled up. It's always just amazing in the redwood forests. We've got some smoky skies from wildfires making it sort of yellowish. So photographers are benefiting from not having to put a warming filter on or adjust the white balance to something other, just to get that warm glow. But as far as fire, dying, pests, the redwoods are pretty resilient. Ooh, looky there, we got some fresh scat from someone. I wonder who that is. The banana slug award I just won, if you remember the Coquille River Falls video. But the only threat you can pretty much identify or count on for redwoods is the threat you can see here very clearly. That is a cut down stump. And you can see the notches in the side there where, if I can get up here without falling down, those notches are where the people cutting the tree would have stuck in these springboards. Cut these notches. There's another one, so you can actually stand higher up. That's why they didn't use a ladder to get up there. They just put in a notch and then a notch and put springboards on it. I'm going to try to get up here a little bit. But you can see there's another one. There's another one. Oh, it's very, very treacherous. I'm falling down here. See, there's another one. Oh, try to get up here. Gonna get all dirty and black. But you can see how high up you had to get in order to cut the tree. Yeah, so they couldn't haul ladders around necessarily. They just chopped in these footholds to be able to, cut a stump. You can see how high this stump here is, even higher than me. We're way up here now. So the only threat that you can really identify is, man, whoa, that was close. A little snaky almost broke there. Man, he got wedged between the trees. Pretty much nothing is going to kill the never-dying redwoods other than, man, there's another big stump up there. Another one right here. So this may look pristine and beautiful and untouched, but it most definitely was logged. And now Mother Nature is resilient, however, and just because they cut the stump doesn't mean that the tree is dead. As I was just telling you, the redwoods will clone themselves from that stump. So just because you killed the tree by cutting it down doesn't mean it's gone. It may come back. And with such a beautiful, abundant forest to be in, especially being set aside for us to enjoy, there's no more logging here, so the big ones can keep getting bigger, and the stumps can actually have some time to clone themselves and regenerate. But there is just an abundance of cool stuff in here this time of year. There's fungus, and of course the ferns. You can't beat the ferns. They're so beautiful. But all through these hills, there's these little creeks, logs falling across them. And it's sort of your chance to play Indiana Jones and start finding your way across these things. There's some, besides the useful wood sorrel, there's some horsetail here too. We could actually use that. And technically you could eat the fiddleheads off the ferns when they're young. They need a couple of boils and water changes. Oh wow, so you can see what I'm saying here with the treacherousness. You just don't know what you're standing on. Like, that's a log, this is a log, and that's a log. So there's a log underneath. So this whole thing that I'm standing on is just a big log jam. And it's all half rotten and falling away, and there's holes everywhere. absolutely everywhere. You just never know where you're gonna end up stepping into or falling or tripping. Oh, there's some nice sedges here. But the logs like to make these cool little sort of grottos and little places you could get into and get some shade or cool off. Really neat. Let's continue down a little bit past some more sorrel and horsetail and ferns. There's some more nice looking horsetail there, yeah. Nibble on a little of that, get some dietary silica. Little bump on the urinary tract health. Never hurts. Well, there's a bunch of it here now. You can see how wet the soil is. It's really kind of squishy wet, and that's why a lot of this stuff likes it here. This is a damp environment. Birds chirping, of course. Beautiful little streams. Little reflecting pools. Oh, lovely. With water striders. Sorry guys, I'm going to have to come down into your creek bed here. This is definitely the way down. And yeah, another stump, another stump, another stump, another stump, another stump. But this stump, oh, look at that. Trifecta. 1, 2, 3. How about that? Got some banana slugs, and somebody walked through there, tore that up a little bit, and through here, and I see, looks like deer been through here. We are crashing around off trail here a little bit, but as you can see here, here's a redwood coming right out of the stump. So nice try, loggers. The trees are coming back. It's really lovely. Ooh, here's some different kinds of ferns, these little smaller ones. Those are cool. Oh, hey, I walked right over you. Little tip to those playing the banana slug game in the redwood forest. You almost automatically win the second you step out of your car, because they are everywhere. I was just going to cross right here. See, they're everywhere. I got a spider hanging off my hat here. Hello. How do we get across you? I guess we just go over, huh, guys? Ooh. All of you. So, the banana slug game is super easy to win here in the redwoods, where, as you can see, there are banana slugs everywhere. Here's another one. So, in the redwoods, it's not always ants. I'm going to say it's always banana slugs, because they are almost impossible to avoid. They are everywhere. So, banana slugs, banana slugs, banana slugs. There's another one. You really have to watch where you're stepping because they're so cute. And if you look them up, you're going to find some cool stuff about them. I'm not going to give any secrets of banana slugs away. I encourage you to do your own research and find out. But from the little itty bitty ones to the big old ones, there's all sorts of variation. Ooh. Oh, this is a lovely little creek. Huh. That's interesting. That almost looks like firewood there, or some sort of a board of some kind. Interesting. So definitely people have been here. People have used it. As always, there's no place untrodden. There's another banana slug. Or unused by people. Obviously, the logging history here is quite extensive. But they did manage to stop it before it was all gone. So we still have these magnificent Trinity trees like this. I guess technically this is a whole family. Look at how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then a whole bunch of little ones trying to come up down here. Those are all little baby redwoods down here and all around it. That's really magnificent. See, there's a second one trying to come up there. The redwoods want to live. Boy, there are several trees in this little group here. That's really amazing. That's cool. They're just everywhere. So many brother trees, sister trees, family trees. And you don't need to drive to the Trees of Mystery to see it. You just drive down Highway 199 outside of the town of Crescent City, California, between the little hamlet outside of town called Hyuchi. Between that and Highway 101, there's a section of Highway 199 where you get to access all this amazing, beautiful stuff. I mean, it's just redwoods and redwoods and redwoods and There's a whole lot of memorial groves like this one, where you can go and take in some really magnificent sights. You know, these gorgeous ferns, you just can't beat them. They're so lovely. And there's a reason why this sort of primordial place is so popular. It's because it is so almost prehistoric feeling. You expect a velociraptor to jump out, or some sort of a large dinosaur to come tromping through the trees with legs as big around as the redwoods. Look at that big massive one there. That one broke off, but you can see it's continuing to live. It's just going to keep on going. It's got a little one coming up the top there. Just about make it out. That's a big, big snag. That was a huge tree. Amazing. Well, we're starting to get close to the road here. You can actually hear water. And that is the Smith River, which is one of the cleanest rivers in the whole West. And I really hope everybody keeps it that way. It is undammed, it's free-flowing, and it is very, very clean and pure, as long as we keep it that way. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people moving in upstream and building things upstream, and I fear in a few years it's going to be just like the Rogue River, where there's a little pocket of non-developed area here and there. But even in the wilderness area, you've got lodges and extensive trails, and it's kind of sad and frustrating at times. But when we can still come out here and really get into some gorgeous, gorgeous stuff like this, you know, maybe not all hope is lost. But this is actually really amazing. You can see here how the soil is backed up behind this giant log, creating almost a cliff. That's really neat. But there's so many little itty-bitty things to look at, and plants to learn. Trillium, and the maples, and the ferns, and the horsetail, and all sorts of stuff. And as I pointed out earlier, there don't seem to be any ants. So you've got that on your side. You got that going for you as well. I think that's more than enough traipsing around and talking and yakking. Time to go park myself here underneath a redwood tree and commune with nature. I definitely recommend you do that wherever it is you are, even if you don't have redwoods. You find yourself a beautiful, quiet place to park yourself and take in some magnificent sights. So I want to thank you very, very much for joining me here. So I take just a quick moment to revisit and pay homage to my all-time favorite place, the Redwoods of Northern California.